Oh, hello, and welcome to Dente Rigamortis. I'm Review Cultist.
And I'm Dr. Leviathan.
And we're here to discuss those internet stories most creepy and most pasta. Tonight we have The Rusted Robot.
Which sounds like a Futurama sex position.
Fuck, it does, doesn't it? So with that out of the way... So for those of you just not in the know, creepypasta are short, scary stories that get copied and pasted across the internet, whether it be on forums or wiki pages and such. You can go Google a better description, but that's pretty much it. So for Robovember, I decided to try and find some robot creepypastas, and it's slim pickings, as is our example of Rusted Robot. So Rusted Robot starts off with this narrator, kind of like after a year of recovery, and he's now ready to tell his story. So, and he warns the reader, it's like, this is going to may disturb you. And then it flashes back to 2003. He was an intern to Harvard, but he was going up the ranks very quickly for engineering, and while he's doing this internship at Harvard, he's also...
Which is...
I don't really know if it's a thing.
Well, not the way he's talking about it. I don't know. It sounds more like... He's more... I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta be going to school somewhere before you start an internship. So where's he going to school where he's interning at a different school?
Yeah, like, is he, like, he can't, like, he's not going to school, and then...
He's using the wrong word.
Yeah.
I mean,
so...
He's got a job at the university, but it's weird, because I don't think he'd really be old enough to have gone through the schooling to have the job that he has.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it says that he's, like, 20 or something when he does that.
Yes.
Yeah, so, there's, like... Yeah, anyway, so...
I mean, maybe I'm wrong about that, and I mean, like, that's also assuming that he's doing it at the normal pace, not some sort of accelerated pace, because he's some sort of wonder kind.
Prodigy and stuff, yeah.
Because if that was the case, it wasn't stated, and therefore that can't be the case.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm pretty sure... He's a little young to have the job that he's got, whether he's getting paid for it or not.
Yeah, and to be excelling that quickly, because he's, like, going right up the ranks to, like, junior engineer. Because he's going in for engineering, and he's building robots.
Robots.
And he's even got one at home that he's in his workshop that he's been building. And it's a pretty fucking terrifyingly awesome robot that he's been building. Like, it's got I don't know if this is this far in the story, but he's got, like, voice recognition patterns, like, software in it, so that it can speak and stuff. And it took
him less than 15 weeks.
Yeah.
To get to the junior programmer rank.
Oh my God.
And I mean, are you an engineer or programming? Like,
yeah, because those are two different things. Like, or there's at least two different categories in engineering. Like, there's the software stuff and there's the hardware.
Yeah, and
so
I mean,
like, is he doing both, or he's just slamming them into because the author doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
it does. The story does kind of like sound like the guy like skimmed through some Wikipedia pages on how to be an engineer, and then that's about the extent of his research,
or not even that,
or just extrapolated like on what he's seen in media. So anyways, this robot, yeah, it's terrifying because it's like it can run up to 30 miles an hour.
That's as fast as a T-Rex.
Yeah.
According to Jurassic Park. Anyway.
But that's about the extent of the description we get for this thing. I don't think we ever get a description of what this robot looks like exactly, aside from later on in the story. And it's just like the rusted part.
Yeah, I have no idea if this thing's humanoid or
yeah, exactly.
what have you.
Like, it can. All we know is that it can speak. It can speak and it can run really fast. And then, so as he goes on, like he puts it by the wayside, and like 3 years pass, and he's like gone through he's escalated up to the master engineer.
6 years.
Is it 6 years? Okay. I just remember him saying it's like he hadn't touched his workshop in like 3 years.
Oh yeah, he hasn't touched. He's been doing it for a while, but yeah, he hasn't touched his robot. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a masturbation joke, folks.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Leviathan.
Keeping it classy. Fuck, where was it? Oh yeah, and I love that. Oh fuck, where was it? Yeah, okay. So after we gotta do this because this is just fucking.
Yep.
This is just funny bad. So yeah, less than 15 weeks. So 14 weeks.
Yeah. So
14 weeks and 6 days.
Exactly right. Somewhere in that last week, he
hits the junior programmer rank because apparently it's a rank, not a position.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know,
this isn't Starfleet.
Or Assassin's Creed Unity.
But yeah, so his reputation and pressure cracked a little.
Oh, yeah, and he asked...
Like, that's just fucked up. Like how's your reputation crack? And you're...
Yeah, again, no detail on,
And you don't... Your pressure doesn't crack. You crack under pressure.
Yeah.
Just shitty wording. Yeah.
And then so he goes and...
But yeah, he goes and asks the senior engineer... Oh, wait, no. He still managed to rise up to the senior engineer rank before he politely asked for a work break.
Oh, yeah.
Not a stress leave or vacation or...
a sabbatical.
What have you.
He just politely asks to take a work break, and he asks
and it's
also
the superintendent.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's actually who runs Harvard.
I would have expected him to go talk to the dean because that's usually the person you talk to.
Or maybe the person in charge of the engineering department. Well, although apparently that might be fucking him by now.
Well, I don't know. I'm just going on like my own movie logic of what I know of universities and colleges, and you usually just go talk to the dean for anything.
Well, exactly.
And that's obviously what this guy's research was. So yeah, he goes in and politely asks how long he should go for that won't piss anybody off, and the dean's or the superintendent's just 2 weeks. So he gets his 2 weeks off, and he gets home and goes about halfway through it.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm still trying to figure out how long the guy's been there.
I know, because it's 2003. Then he's 6 years.
Well, yeah, but no, he's not. It doesn't even say 6 years, and he's talking about how he hasn't touched the robot since 2003.
Masturbation joke.
Yes, that was what the but yeah, and I have no idea how long he's been here. So far as I know, he's only been there for 15 weeks. Well, less than.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. But that's some crazy rise up to the ranks. Is he Jesus? Yeah. So he goes home after during his break and goes into his old workshop, and it's coated in dust.
Well, no, not yet.
No.
Sorry. This is when he goes back to it, and this is when we find out about the the run speed and
sorry. Yeah.
And the biggest revolution. that he could mimic voices and run up to speeds of 30 kilometers an hour. Sorry, not 30 miles.
Oh, okay.
When fully charged up,
Yeah, because, yeah.
Yeah, you lose some charge, you drop a little speed. It's still a huge revolution.
Yeah. This thing is what is he trying to build? The infiltrator drone?
It's not a revolution, it's a... Fuck, what is it? Actually, biggest word. That's not the right word, but it almost is.
Breakthrough?
Basically, yeah. And revolution could almost work, but it's just not the word that anyone would pick.
Not even Nintendo used it for their console, for the Wii. They just went with the Wii.
But yeah, like no one would.
Like it's. I mean, that's a little too. That's kind of like selling your stuff a little too much.
Yeah, and I mean, all it does is mimic voices. Now, does it mimic voices or just record and then play back? Because those are two very different things. I mean, if it's mimicking voice patterns, that is fucked up.
Yeah, like he does mention he.
No
puts in,
wonder. You fucking just
skyrocketed.
No wonder you are now fucking Dean of Engineering or whatever the fuck.
Harvard
President
of the Harvard
of the engineering world.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he does mention later on, I think in the story, that he added on some extra like a USB drive thing so that he could give the thing some extra memory for voice recognition and shit.
Yeah.
Which, again, yeah.
What does it need? Vocal recognition? It can just mimic voices.
Which is terrifying. Like, is he trying to build, like, an infiltrator bot or something? Like, it can run super fast, it can mimic voices, and then, like, later on, he gets it to climb on walls and like ceilings, and he can run about half that the running speed on walls and stuff. What? How? Like, does he use suction? Like, he doesn't explain. Okay, that's my biggest beef with this entire story, is that we do not get a description of this robot. For anything, like, it can run up to speed. How is it running? It can climb up walls and ceilings at like half that speed. How is it climbing up? Does it have hooks? Does it have suction cups? What? Like, I want to know what this robot looks like.
Is it just fucking got, stamps backwards on its hands,
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't get anything. So, anyway.
But yeah, anywho. So, he's on his little stress leave, and, his big thing is to, help with the voices, he wants an external USB port. Like, wouldn't you build a robot with that shit? Just saying.
Yeah.
But he finishes it quickly, obviously, because this guy doesn't do anything slow.
No.
Within 3 days.
Yeah.
Could have taken him an hour. Could have taken him 2 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes.
Exactly.
Somewhere in the 3-day mark.
Yeah.
And then he started... This is when he starts thinking about... Oh, okay, this is when he was planning, like, oh, yeah, I'll get him to do more shit.
Yeah, and then he just forgets about him. And
yeah, because he goes back to work, school, fun time. I don't even know.
I don't know. And so, like...
And this is when he forgets about him.
Yeah.
For 5 goddamn years. You're building a robot.
And you forgot
about it? And you forget about him for 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
I'm not building a robot. No, I wouldn't forget about a robot for 5 fucking years.
God, no. Robots are cool. Why would you want to forget? You would not forget it.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just building this fucking ultra cool robot that can, basically fill in for me at work because it's as equally awesome at being me as I am.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like... And... Yeah, so, like, he comes back, he comes back after, because he remembers about the robot, finally, after 5 years. He's like, oh, man, my robot. So he goes, and he has a little bit extra time.
Robot.
Oh, hi, robot. How's his sex life, robot? Jokes. So, yeah, he remembers it, and he has, since he's, he's, like, a lot more up on the totem pole than most, he has a little bit more extra time, so he goes home and decides to clean up the old workshop, and it's completely coated in thick layers of dust, which he cleans up.
Because I guess he forgot about his fucking workshop.
Yeah. And then he's looking around, he can't find the robot, and then he hears a clang, and he looks down, and the robot's there, and it's all rusted. Now, why is it rusted? Because, I know it's because the story's called Rusted Robot, but, the only, weathering in this workshop that we've seen is dust. I don't think dust causes rust. And I don't, I'm not an expert on, how rust is formed and stuff, but, that's the only, we're only given the information that the place was super dusty from neglect. Why is the robot super rusty to the point that it's, yellowing and, the internal, circuitry is, caked in dirt?
Because when robots are old, they rust? Duh.
Okay, maybe, yeah.
I mean, I'd hate to... I don't like to do this, but I'm gonna cite Futurama. when Bender is looking rough, he has the 5 o'clock rust shadow. Because that's just a thing that happens when robots are left alone too long. They rust.
Okay.
They could be out in the depths of space, away from any
particles and weathering,
and they just fucking rust. They could be sealed in a Ziploc bag, and they would rust. Futurama taught me this.
Yep. Clearly, I have been enlightened today.
It's clearly one of those donuts.
Yeah. So he cleans it up, and again, like, okay, so it clangs on the ground, so like it's small. We know that. Well, kind of, right?
We don't know that.
Yeah, we still know that. Yeah, like so.
No, we don't know that at all.
All right.
Because I mean, all that means is it was on the ground. I mean, this thing could be like 20 feet tall, but it was laying down.
Yeah, it's true. All right.
That would also explain how it crawls on the ceilings, because it's actually just standing on the ground.
Yeah. So then, he goes to work on like trying to on making it. He wants it to climb on walls and ceilings, and that's when it like can run. It can climb up walls and ceilings as fast as half its running speed, which again is terrifying. And again, I want to know more about this robot, but we don't really get any description, so whatever. And then once he's done cleaning it all up and doing all that.
It took him 2 weeks to be able to make sure it could climb up walls and ladders. Like,
yeah. And it did take a couple of times to, like, tries to get it to work. Like, 4 times, yeah. Because inane details, like, where they shouldn't really be or whatever.
Meanwhile, we have no idea what your robot looks like.
Exactly. Oh, my God. So anyway, he decides to go to bed, because he's human, and wakes up halfway through the night to a banging sound or clattering sound.
At 2:50 in the morning.
Oh my God, yeah.
To the sound of squeaking and clicking.
Yeah.
It took me a couple of minutes to muster up the courage to go check it out, and when I did, there was nothing out of the ordinary, other than that the robot was in a different place than normal.
6 feet away from where it was.
To be exact.
Oh my God.
I thought nothing of it, really. So
really?
I continued with my day from that time. And went to bed because, at 10 to 3 in the morning,
oh my God.
You're in fucking bed.
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I remember reading that, I was just like, oh, why? What? Why? So he goes back to bed and then wakes up again, and this time,
to the sound of a voice and screeching.
Yeah.
And then... And this time I felt... Oh, wait, no.
Oh, no, yeah, and this time for some reason he got, nauseated or something like that and blacks out.
He just blacked out, regained consciousness, and managed to go to the living room. And what he saw there sent to chill up his spine. The robot was walking. And its back was to him, and it was muttering to itself, and he quietly tried to flee outside. He tried to flee outside, not the robot.
Yeah.
But the robot turned toward him and rushed so quickly, 30 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
That he barely knew. And before he knew... So he barely knew, and then somehow the robot time travels to back before he knew it, and uttered... The guilty one is not he who commits the sin, but he who causes the darkness.
Is he quoting something? Like, is that actually a quote?
I feel like it's trying to quote something, but I feel like it's not a very good one because...
I can kind of see
unless he programmed the robot to murder.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Yeah.
Now, where did the robot get the programming for murder? I don't know.
Yeah. He either got that quote from somewhere else, and thought it was a really cool idea, or was trying to came up with a quote that he thought would work. Because I think I know what he's trying to go with that. He's trying to make it so the robot's been neglected, and so the robot's pissed that he's been neglected.
Robots don't have feelings.
Yeah, well, apparently this one does.
Well, of course, because our fucking engineering genius programmer
has built artificial intelligence, like true AI.
Oh, no, not even artificial, just actual intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So He just, so this thing then, like, and then he...
also, if the robot's not on, it's not experiencing, I mean...
Yeah, I know, like, I mean...
There's a lot of holes in that theory. I didn't even go there, to be completely
I just went there because that's what happens in horror movies when robots are involved, is that, like, they get pissed off from being neglected and shit. And that's kind of where this one was going. So that's kind of where my brain tried to, like...
Force it?
Yeah, tried to force itself. Yeah, and then, like, right before he blacks out for the second time, he is in excruciating pain in his abdominal region.
In his abdominal region, we're not sure exactly where. I mean, we know precisely 6 feet to the left or whatever, but...
Yeah. And then he wakes up in a hospital bed.
Covered in gauze, bandages, and casts.
Yeah, in his ab region and his face.
Hold on, though, but casts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just remember that word. We're gonna get back to that.
Okay. Alright.
So, yeah. He almost blacks out for the third time, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Voices and the people come over, and he was found near dead in his garage with a giant hole through his chest and straight out his back. No organs or bones were damaged. Wait a minute. Casts.
Yeah.
He's covered in casts. Casts are used when you've got broken bones. But no bones were damaged. I mean, they wouldn't really help you help you with your rib cage, but...
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't have any...
He's near death, so, I mean, even though he's only got one reported injury, he's just gonna be in a cartoon body cast.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, like you said. It's
why does he have bandages on his face? I mean, they're called casts, but we all know they're just bandages. Why does he have bandages on his face?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh man, you've got a giant hole in your chest. You're not going to want to see this when you wake up.
Oh my god.
And I mean, okay, I'm glossing over because I've already bitched about this off the
show.
Quarter?
Off the show.
Off panel. Fuck it.
We got cards.
I don't have to make sense either. If I've got to read this shit, I'm bound to stop making sense. But, yeah, so he has a giant hole in his chest, but no bones or organs were damaged.
Yeah.
So he has a giant hole in his chest, or he doesn't, because basically if no bones or organs were damaged, he doesn't have a giant hole in his chest.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm sorry, like, that's pretty much makes up the chest region except for skin.
Which is technically an organ.
Yeah.
Not to be a dick. Because I'm willing to ignore that organ on this. I'm willing to allow, holes in skin and ignore the fact that it's technically an organ. But, I mean, your chest
is where your
basically lungs and heart.
It's just organs.
Yeah. And protective bones.
Yeah.
To protect the organs.
So this large hole somehow went through between the rib cage. Went around...
No. Just went through all of the flesh except the bone.
Yeah. And the organs. So, like, the lungs and whatnot. And went right out the other side. Yeah. No, it just...
clearly that didn't happen.
Yeah.
If it did, this kid fucking made the T-1000.
Oh, wow. Yay. Terminator reference in Robovember. Anyway.
Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Also, that music makes everything epic.
It really does. The rusted robot.
Do it during next time you're watching a rom-com. Oh man. Just fun it.
Oh my god. Alright, anyway. So
yeah,
and before he can find, and then he was rushed to hospital where he was admitted immediately.
Oh shit!
And before he can ask any more questions,
you either have a miraculous wound, or you should have been dead. Really.
Yeah. And then before he can ask,
you got a giant hole in your chest.
Yeah.
And people found you in your garage. Who the fuck found you?
Exactly.
Because for 5 years, you forget that this goddamn garage exists.
Exactly. Yeah, again, no information about...
he clearly doesn't have a cleaning lady. If he does, she doesn't know it exists either, because caked in dust.
So, yeah, like, so, and then before he can ask any more questions about it, they just kind of, like, walk out of the room, sadly.
He's like, this is a lot to absorb, so bye.
Yeah. And then we cut away for 7 months as he recovers.
In the same fucking paragraph, too.
Yeah, I know.
Paragraph breaks are for change in location, speaker, or fucking passage of time. 7 months seems like a good place for at least a paragraph change.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, takes them 7 months to recover from this
giant gaping hole.
Fatal wound.
This miraculously non-fatal wound.
This miraculously non-fatal wound, because that's a fatal wound. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, I know. No, I understand. I don't get it either. And he goes home, and everything's like left the way it was. Like everything else seems fine, except for like the living room's a mess, and the garage was neglected again for 7 months. And everything seems to be all there, except for one thing. The robot's missing. Stop
it.
Okay. So that's the end of the Rusted Robot.
But not the end of the Rusted Robot. You see what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, reading this was... Yeah, it was a chore. It was entertaining.
Absolute delight.
It was entertaining. But at the same time, I was just like, why? No. It has so many details that shouldn't be there. Like the exact detail, precise details that don't need to be there. Like
meanwhile, it's incredibly vague about
everything else.
Pretty important shit. It's like, oh, okay, it'll add credibility to me if I know that the robot is exactly 6 feet over at a glance in a fugue state.
Yeah.
But
we don't know what the robot looks like.
It's been about 3 days. Within 3 days.
Yeah.
Less than 15 weeks. That seems good.
Yeah, like, so, and the whole Harvard, like, engineering thing comes off as very, like, non-researched, or, like, the person knows no idea. Yeah, no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It feels like, again, and it's because the author is like a teen. Is the whole story comes off as somebody just kind of started writing to come up and just didn't know what they were gonna didn't know any of the details, so they just started made the shit up. Or like,
which is fine because you know what, that's really what writing is.
Yeah,
I mean, but.
When you go
you should do a little bit of research.
Yeah, a
minimal amount would be nice. I mean,
don't just Wikipedia like.
If I can Google, a fucking kid can Google.
Yeah,
it's not difficult.
Yeah, like the whole story comes off as like the person knew stuff based off of like what TV has told them things were.
Yeah, and that's, TV is not a credible source.
No. So, and yeah, I really wanted to know what the hell this robot looked like, because from its actions that it's capable of doing, it's terrifying.
Not really. You know what it looks like? iRobot. Everything that robot can do can be done by the robots in iRobot.
And again, that's terrifying. Also, I just kept thinking of a drunkie. It's actually a robot that's being engineered by like universities. That's like it's like a 4-legged thing that can like run that fast and like be mobile and stuff like that. Anyway, go Google Dronky if you want.
Yeah, I feel like the kid watched iRobot.
Probably. Yeah, I know. But I mean, I visualized a Dronky, and then I like when it was said it was capable of like climbing, I just envisioned it with hooks, just like causing massive damage to your walls and ceiling.
Oh my god! Look at the damage it's done. Yeah, but it's on the fucking ceiling now,
and it can run 15 kilometers an hour on a ceiling. Yeah, so I think we've just gone like right through the like what was wrong through the story during the rundown and such. It's written by a user named Snapflash on Creepypasta.wiki. It's on Creepypasta.wiki if you want to check it out. If you really want to check it out,
I fucking highly recommend it because honestly, you can't make this shit. Like, I can't make up this horrible writing. Like, it is literally laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Like, bad.
If you like that, then if you want to listen to a reading of it that's done as if Lovecraft himself is reading this, go to Litterbot on YouTube and check it out. They got a guy that has like an almost a kind of New Englandish accent reading this as if he's reading Lovecraft. And I was just like, I listened to it last night. I was like, wow. So yeah, if you want even you want like a little even extra like cherry on your treat of reading this, go for that. So okay, are we actually going to recommend this one then?
Well, I mean,
because I can't recommend it as like a good story.
I'm literally recommending it because it's fucking hilarious to read, and maybe I'm a horrible person because this is someone's honest effort, but
yeah. Like, it's also someone's honest first draft.
Bad. Like, it is really bad. Like I said, I was literally laughing out loud because, like, just gaping hole in chest. No
doesn't
fucking damage to bones or organs. Like, yeah, like, you can't, like, someone wrote that.
Yeah.
And they were cool with it.
Yeah. Like... Oh, and did you look at the comments underneath? The 3 comments?
There's only 2.
Oh, there's only 2? Okay, sorry, yeah.
And they're both praising it.
I know!
I was like, oh my god! Because, like, what was the fucking one? Yeah, 4.2 out of 5. Like, again, like, so precise.
The only thing that was wrong with it, they said, was that the middle section, he was a little lost of where they were, or where the character was.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That's because it's never stated. But overall, excellent story. And then the other comment is that hole.
Yeah. Well, I think they were referencing that hole. It was made from... It's a creepy internet meme thing.
Oh, okay.
From a Japanese manga that's a horror thing. Anyway, which is a lot better than this.
But yeah, what the fuck?
Like, yeah, no, like, I mean, this, like, it has a potential in it. Like, if the person was to go back, have somebody like us, or somebody look at it and tell them everything that was wrong with it, everything that needed to be fixed. And I know that just, like that could be...
Or just... throw it out, take the concept, and this time do it good.
Yeah. Like, this is a very strong example of why you shouldn't make a first draft of something and just throw it on the internet.
Yeah.
Because
dicks like me are going to come along and say, hey, you want to laugh? Read this.
Yeah.
But if you want a good story, watch iRobot.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's fun.
Or watch The Terminator. Cha-cha.
Stop it.
Sorry, it's so...
You've officially killed my own personal meme.
All right.
Now I can't do it anymore. To myself. When I'm alone.
I'm walking down the street. So, yeah, that's Rusted Robot for Robovember. I can't recommend it as a good pasta, but we can recommend it as a bad one that you'd enjoy.
Yeah,
and definitely take a look at that. Listen, or like give a listen to the guys at Litterbot, because that was gold. Like listening to a Lovecraftian like narrator reading this, it was pretty fun. And I think that's it for this episode. We still got a couple more creepypastas based off robots.
What are we, halfway through Robovember?
I think so, yeah.
Yay.
We got a couple more. And then we have a special treat at the end of Robovember. So, that was our episode for tonight. If you liked what you heard, or if you want to comment, regardless, leave a comment section in the comment section below, wherever it gets posted, whether it be on Kiwi 6.
You're the fucktard who commented positively about this fucking pasta.
I want to, I think you were wrong about this, and it was the greatest story ever told. Wow, bring some hate mail to me, I don't care. Do it. Yeah, you can send us a comment section in the comment section below, whether it be on Tumblr, Kiwi6, Facebook, YouTube. We're both on Twitter, so Dr. Leviathan and Review Cultist. You can send us a review on iTunes, let us know how we're doing. Every comment or review or whatever helps. And you can also send us email at aldenterigamortis@gmail.com. That's ALDENTERIGAMORTIS@gmail.com. Where you can also send us suggestions for other creepypastas you'd like us to review on the show. And if you would like to support us, you can you can donate on the Tumblr site, crazonstudios.tumblr.com, where I post all the title cards for each episode. There's a little donate button right now on the sidebar. So, until next time, I have been your host, Review Cultist.
And I'm still Dr. Leviathan.
And this has been Al Dente Rigamortis, Robovember, sleep well.
It's still better than Movember.